Hey everyone, I'm Zuli Vidal and this is the season premiere of Public Praise. In this edition, Mrs. Ruckus heads out to the Rebuilding Women's Conference where she gets to meet with amazing women who are on fire for God. And if that wasn't enough, our very own Rez-a-Rec gets to sit down with Grammy Award-winning artist Erica Campbell. And for our artist spotlight, we have hip-hop recording artist Caleb McCoy. So don't move a muscle because Public Praise is starting right now.
This is Mrs. Ruckus. Recently, I had the privilege of fellowshipping with some amazing women of God at the Rebuilding Women's Retreat. Within this sacred sorority of sisters was a place where broken women were being restored back to a place of wholeness. I sat down with Sister Danette Perry, the founder of Rebuilding Women, and Taisha Creighton to learn more about their vision and the passion for this powerful ministry. Hello everybody, here I am with Danette Perry, the founder of Rebuilding Women, and this is a wonderful conference. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you all for coming.
What inspired you to have this organization and have this wonderful workshop for women?
Well, I know for me, when I first started it was a year ago. I have gone through some things in my life where I was broken and I was feeling not being able to really forgive someone who actually just learning to really forgive and forget and just let it go, let things go and move on with my life. I've experienced some things, so this was birthed out of experience. So I figured, and I know I'm not the only woman that need this in their life, and I just want women to become whole. And when it came to me, when God actually told me about it, I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know if you're telling me to do this, but obviously it was something that God wanted me to do because we have registered over 250 women to the conference, and I'm not a church. I'm just a woman of God being used, and it has been proven today that the women they need this and they desire this.
Now, you say that there's been an impact, obviously.
Yes.
How have you seen the impact in these short 2 days?
Oh my God. Last night was amazing. We had Pastor T. Renee Glenn, who was one of our nightly speakers. When I tell you ladies all over the place, I mean, the anointing fell. It was just praying, crying out to God. And at that moment, when I just stood on that stage, I just looked out and saw the women just searching and desiring and wanting God and believe God can heal them and from their brokenness. So seeing that last night proved to me that was more than what that God is doing for us.
Okay. So obviously there's a need. So is this going to be an annual conference or what?
It's going to be an annual conference. Not only is it going to be once for the retreat, but we're going to be doing things throughout the year.
Okay, great.
We're going to be in the community, like maybe doing the walks, the breast cancer walks, or we're going to be meeting with other business-owned women that have ministries or businesses. We're going to maybe like an extravaganza for Christmas just to support the women that are in businesses. So we want to just give back to the women, and the women, it's not about knowing God, it's just about, because pain and brokenness don't have a name to it. It's just a feeling. So it's open to anyone of race or color. So I figured this would be an awesome time to do something not just once a year, but throughout the year.
That's great. Hey, once again, it's me, Mrs. Ruckus, and I'm here with Taisha Creighton. She's the Assistant Director of Rebuilding Women. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What made you want to be a part or associate yourself with this vision?
Well, Danette and I talked about the Rebuilding Women's vision as far as rebuilding women, and I have a heart for rebuilding women. I'm actually a construction girl at heart as well, so I believe God has just changed my life from doing physical construction and building to building the lives of His people.
So this event was dynamic today, to say the least.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And this is your first year. How did you guys pull it off? How did you get it together?
It's God, really. It's really God and us coming together, knowing the people and putting our hearts out there as well. Because I believe now people are looking for someone that's going to be transparent with them. You're going to let them know what they've been through and their experiences, and they don't feel like you have to be perfect in order to meet God's criteria. So that's what we've shown them.
I also had the opportunity to talk to some special guests at the retreat. They wanted to share some words of encouragement to our viewers.
That man never considers you, but God always does. And so when he places a gift in you, it's because he's considering you for an assignment. And he never places a gift in anyone that's incapable. So you're capable of fulfilling the assignment that God has given you by placing this gift in you. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Okay.
Some of us always think that our sisters are perpetrating against us. I said on last evening, some folks will say, well, I don't like you. You say, why? They say, I don't like you because I just don't like you, because I just don't like you. And the bottom line or the factor behind that is for the fact that they don't like themselves. They see something in you that they cannot become themselves, and it stems from the bitter root. And when you have a bitter root, you cannot produce good fruit. So you have to get to the root of your pain. You have to get to the root of your hurt. For example, if you've been hurt by your ex-boyfriend, you're going to take it out on your new boyfriend. So you have to ask God to heal you from your hurt, because hurt brings about bitterness. And we've got too much purpose and we've got too much destiny to let the enemy hold bitterness over our head till we can't sort of like pursue or fulfill our purpose and our destiny. So ladies and gentlemen, as I can say, as we're here at the Rebuilding Women's Conference, make sure you get to the root of the matter, because we're under construction.
Wow.
You take every brick that has been thrown at you and you allow God to lay the foundation with those bricks. No matter what you've been through, there is a purpose for your life, so you have to keep moving forward no matter what and let nothing hold you back.
Right.
Yes.
Sure. So here's what I know for sure. Everything you go through, so many of us go through things that hurt us, that devastate us, that leave us just feeling less than and not capable. Those things come in your life to work you out. See, there are lessons in everything, and if we can learn the lesson, we become stronger and better, and we can move to what's next. Instead of staying bitter, we become better. Get it? Not bitter, but better. Anyway, so here's the thing you've got to understand. As you begin to love yourself and unapologetically become who you are is how you live in your fears. Think of Beyonce, right?
Oh, yes.
Beyonce, when she's on stage, she's Sasha
Fierce.
right?
Yeah.
So when Beyonce is on that stage, she is unapologetic about her gift. She is doing what she's meant to do, and she's being who she's meant to be. So imagine you living in your own fears. As you live in all of who you are meant to be, as you become the highest and best version of who you are, that is what I want for all of us.
That's in her mess or her muck or her mire.
I want to tell you that when God created you, he created you with the same authority that raised Jesus from the dead. He raised you with something on the inside of you that was going to get you through where you're at. If you're sitting in your home, you're depressed, you're oppressed, you're just weighed down with oppression, you can't let go, you're afraid. The enemy has just told you that if you forgive that man that walked out on you, or forgive that person, that parent that hurt you or molested you, then you are just giving that person a right to that crime they committed against you. But I want to tell you today that when God got off of that throne and onto that cross and stretched his arms out wide for you, he said, it's finished. So today I want to leave you with, rejection is not necessarily someone wanting out of your life, but it's somebody that God needed out of your future. You got to release it, and you got to put one foot in front of the other and keep it moving, girl.
You are holy. To learn more about Rebuilding Women, log on to rebuildingwomen.com.
There's so much more in store on this season premiere of Public Praise, so stay tuned.
What do you say? Thanks. I think Daddy has another gift for you.
What is it?
You'll see.
Whoa, no way! Finally!
Honey, really? I thought we were gonna wait until next year.
I think he's ready.
Oh, it's the new one. You are gonna love that thing, guy.
Besides, he's the only kid in his class without one.
Ma, it's the new one.
Oh, Mom. Dad, can I use it right now?
Son, you can use that whenever you want.
Thanks, Dad.
I love you, kiddo. Go have fun with your phone.
Come on, guys.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Rez-a-Rec, and we are here at Gospel Fest here in Boston, Mass. And we have the special guest, the headliner today, Miss Erica Campbell. How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I am blessed. I'm blessed. It's a blessing to finally get to meet you. You know, everybody loves your music around here, so we know you're going to have a great time out there today.
Absolutely. That's what I plan on doing.
Amen, amen. So we just had a few questions for you. We know that you started a new church along with your husband.
I did.
California Worship Center?
Yeah, I was just on the phone with him asking about the service. He said it went really well. He said a lot of people showed up today. You know, we just want to encourage people in the North Hollywood area in California. There's not a lot of churches there. And so God planted us there, and it's growing, and to God be the glory.
How does that work? I mean, Grammy Award winning artist, you know, mother, you know, first lady. How does all that work for you?
I'm still just Erica, no matter, you know, what stage I'm on, where God puts me. I'm just Erica. So I try to be true to who I am. You know, I never put on airs or try to be more than I am. And so I think God allows me to just kind of navigate through my life and the doors that He opens for me and share who I am with the world.
That's beautiful. When you think about your newest project,
yes,
you have songs like I Love God.
Yeah.
You have songs like Help. Mm-hmm. And you also have songs like A Little More Jesus. Mm-hmm. You know, in the industry, you say that's a couple of different, you know, mm-hmm. spans of music. How does that all work? How does the success of your album come with those different variations of songs?
I think it's about creativity. I mean, any album that you listen to, there's never just one thing. You know what I mean?
Right,
there's always
right.
a different style. Some fast, some slow, some mid-tempo, some, you know, heart-wrenching, some fun, you know, some make you dance, some make you mad, you know. And so I think every album should take you on a ride. There should be a journey. You start here, then you mellow out, and you think a little bit, then you celebrate. You know, you may wipe your eyes because you may cry a little bit. I think when it takes you on a journey, that's a full-circle album, and I try my best to do that, whether it is solo or Mary Mary.
All right. Well, I know you're getting ready to get on stage.
I am.
We're getting ready to be blessed by her music. We want to thank y'all for everything, for coming out. But guess what? We got a gift for you.
You do?
Yes, we do.
Aww. Oh, my very own shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on now, Public Praise.
Public Praise, you know, we proud to be
Hey.
never ashamed. So, you know,
I love that.
We're going to represent our head. We're going to go and check her out. So listen, y'all stay tuned to us, and we'll keep y'all in tune to this wonderful woman here. She's on tour, so check it out. Be blessed, y'all.
We'll be back with more Public Praise after this.
Hey, Public Praise fans, if you're proud to proclaim and never ashamed, you gotta have the right gear to wear. Go to publicpraisetv.com and check out our brand new apparel store. On our site, you'll find everything from cell phone cases, t-shirts, teddy bears, and an all-exclusive hoodie. Every month, a brand new design will be released, so make sure you check it out.
And here's our artist spotlight.
Hey, welcome back. We're here at Public Praise. It's our artist spotlight, and we have here Mr. Caleb Oakboy McCoy. How you doing, brother?
Well, good to be here. Good to be here.
All
I'm
right.
doing well.
Listen, your music has definitely been a blessing in this area. So we just want to talk to you a little bit about your music, you know, where you come from, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about your musical influence real quick. You know, what kind of music influences you?
I think it's just a melting pot of all types of different music. I grew up in the church, so I've always loved gospel. I've been playing the drums since I was little.
Yeah.
So I've always loved gospel music, and I got into hip hop, so I've loved hip hop. And then you know, my father put me on to jazz when I was young.
Right.
So I think I just love music. I love instruments. I love vocalists. I love bars. I love lyricists. So
yeah, you could definitely hear that in your music, that you have more than just a rap background.
Yeah,
It's a lot of that.
Yeah, appreciate that. So so my parents have been worship leaders forever, so I grew up watching them. and then just fell in love with hip hop. So I think I just try to mix all of that, and out comes the oak.
Yeah, I think, shout out to your parents too, man. They've been a blessing in this area as well. So, but with the music, I mean, it had to start somewhere. So let's talk a little bit about, your transition from the type of music you was doing before to what God has got you doing now.
Okay. So I've probably been rapping, I think, for probably about 10, 11 years.
Okay.
And so I started with a group, called ourselves UL, or Urban Legends, for a while. I think this is probably about early 2000s.
Okay.
And we expanded into a group Dundale and everything like that. And so we were a group out of Dorchester. We were doing, the type of music that regular groups out of Dorchester would do. We were
talking high school?
Right out of high school. Right out of high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So late teens, early 20s.
Right.
And so we had a group. It was back when MySpace and YouTube was just popping.
Right.
And we were actually pretty popular. We were doing shows around the city, and we were knuckleheaded. We were young.
Yeah.
We didn't really know the direction. So there was a bunch of egos and a bunch of guys from the hood that were really just trying to. We loved hip hop. We loved music. But the hood politics and the egos got in the way, and got in the way of our message. We were a crew that thought we were doing something positive. We were just rapping about the streets. We were rapping about a lot of the stuff that goes on and kind of perpetuating that.
Yeah.
And so I'd say 6-7 years into that, I kind of got fed up both on the moral side and just on the I think on the political side as well. I didn't see we were going anywhere, and we were just rapping about stuff, and stuff was happening, and so I kind of withdrew. Didn't really withdrew from the crews. I still kick it with a bunch of those dudes, but I withdrew from doing the music side.
Right.
And so that few years passed, and I really started to seek the Lord. I don't really have a sexy kind of transition story, as some people do. Which
Truth talks about that.
So I don't really know what hit me. I have some milestones, but I figured so once I started to seek the Lord, I think He revived that love for music and that love for hip hop and that love for lyrics, and so it just and then so it started to kind of come out. And I still think the style of my music and my ideas are almost similar to what I used to do.
Right, no doubt. It's
But
just a message.
Exactly,
change, right?
exactly. God, I was transformed from the inside out, and God knew what He was doing when He made me. So I just kind of do what I know.
Now, when you talk about your transition in music, it sounds like you're very open. Like you're willing to talk about some of the grimiest times of your life. Some people are scared about that.
Yeah.
What makes you so free to tell your story like that?
I don't know. I think because I didn't come up in Christian hip hop.
Right.
I'm a very recent Christian hip hop fan.
Okay.
So I think I know that some people have been kind of influenced by kind of church culture, some negative church culture that may be like you have to be perfect or you have to put on a certain, there's a certain stigma.
Right.
Not everybody, but I just know that sometimes that can be perpetuated. And so I think just coming from just a real place of this is who I am, and I never really had a chance to, I guess, try to put on a front, or I never had a chance to. I didn't really observe Christian hip hop. I just started doing music, and so now looking back, sometimes I get nervous, like, well, I did say a lot right there, but I guess I never had a chance. And I'm glad I'm glad God's brought me where He's at. But I think I came into this thing feeling liberated and feeling like I just wanted to be who I was.
Nice. Well, let's talk about this movement. A lot of people get behind this movement called the Oak. Why don't you explain the Oak a little bit?
So the Oak stands for one of a kind. The of is silent, or else it would be the Ook.
Yeah.
But so the Oak, the one of a kind. I think if there was one tagline, it's like creative for the creator.
Right.
Because
nice.
sometimes it's like there's a lot of creative, great art out there, but sometimes it's like you have to be edgy, you have to be pornographic, or you have to be raunchy to be considered creative. And so I think there's a lot, not just the Oak, there's a lot of great Christian movements out there that are really pushing the limits of creativity, but they're doing it and they're glorifying the Creator. And so that's what I like to do.
Nice.
And so I just kind of came into it. I had an idea like the oak. It's trees, and the Bible talks a lot about being oaks of righteousness,
Right.
and trees are represented all throughout the Bible about bearing fruit and stuff like that. So it just seemed right.
That's what's up, man. Man. So what's next for Caleb?
Let's see. I just dropped a video, Working Chillin'.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah. So, and I also dropped a kind of a 3-part mini-series called Appetizers. So you can catch that on my social media, which I'll share in a bit. So right now, I'm working on new music. I really want to just kind of flood the game right now, but I'm trying to do it strategically and do it efficiently. So all I gotta say is look out. There's new music coming.
Great.
And actually, I gotta ask for prayer because the other day I got elbowed in the throat trying to play basketball, attempting to play basketball, and I don't want my career to be over because of a basketball accident, but I have an instant sore throat because I got elbowed, so prayers, appreciate it.
Well, listen, man, we're going to pray for my man Caleb, and you're going to be blessed to hear him get up on the stage a little bit and do some of his music. I can't wait to hear his music, since I had a major accident recently. I destroyed my Oak CD and was hoping that a brother will bless me today.
You know what?
Hallelujah!
Exactly. You know what?
Yeah!
God answers prayers.
Yo, go pick this up, and we'll see y'all soon. God bless y'all real quick.
All right. Hey, this is the Oak Boy, Caleb McCoy. I want to thank Public Praise for having me. If you want to check out the music, I have the Oak and the Oak Season 2 and Appetizers. You can catch me at Oak Boy McCoy on Twitter and Instagram, and the website's www.welcometotheoak.com, and I'm on Facebook and YouTube, Caleb McCoy. So appreciate Public Praise once again for having me. See y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Okay. Voice a little bit sore, but let's do this. They say that patience is a virtue, but I wanna hit the stage, don't wanna wait for the rehearsal. I just wanna TiVo life, cause man, I hate all these commercials. Can you save me? I'm so anxious, got me racing round in circles. I got so much to do, no time to do it. Sometimes I wanna give up like I'm through with this. But God's been faithful, so I'm doing this. I'm cool with this, but if you ain't with me, then you'll be truly missed. Look, see, I'm praying for understanding, but even wisdom dies like everybody on this planet. So I'm trusting in His plan. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. God's made everything in His time beautiful. Sing. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. And I'm just waiting on my time. They say that patience is a virtue, and that pain will really hurt you, but that Savior will rebirth you. We've been taken out the game, but yo, that faith will reinsert you. And I ain't nobody famous, I just came to reassure you that you gon' make it. If you need time, take it. We stuck up in that waiting room, it's all about the patience. I know that I gotta face it. I can't control the world, cause I wasn't there to create it. Basically, I'm just saying there's a time. A time for birth and a time for dying, a time for speaking in silence, a time for peace and for fighting. There's a time to laugh and a time for crying. In this world that we reside in, we keep finding that it's all about the time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Yeah, check. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything, there's a time for everything.
And I'm just waiting on my time.
They say that patience is a virtue, but I feel like time is wasted, man. This pace is like a turtle. But then I'll be reminded that I'm thankful just to serve you. God, your grace is so eternal. Look, they say that patience is a virtue. They say that patience is a virtue. They say that patience is a virtue. And there's a time for everything. Yeah.
Thanks for watching the season premiere of Public Praise. For more information about our show, head over to publicpraisetv.com. Before we go, here's some more from Caleb McCoy. And as always, be proud to proclaim and never ashamed. See you again soon.
Sacred, but she's gonna give it to me, and I'm gonna take it. Claiming we making love, but nothing but a couple strangers. Just another day that I love and hated. I claim to follow the son of David. But in my life, his love is underrated. I want to claim it. No, I don't want to fake it. But if nothing changes, I said this blood I was stained with, this love I was faced with, I gotta stop trying to replace it. But if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Now sing.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Things will never. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. Now sing.
That's just the way it is.
Okay. But if nothing changes, then nothing changes. In the devil's playground, wondering if it's scary yet. Attending weddings like, why I ain't married yet. I got a lot of baggage, can you carry it?
Swing low, sweet chariot.
I know that you hurting. We all could do better. I'm afraid I'm not learning. Laughing at these dudes cause they women's out flirting. But divorce isn't funny, man. Something's not working. I said vodka and cranberry. Okay. Every time I got my hands dirty. Okay. But look, if you got plans, hurry. Why? Cause time doesn't wait for any man's worry. I'm like, I don't wanna be here. But I don't wanna leave here. Looking back each year, realizing God's love is the only thing that's free here. This blood I was stained with, this love I was faced with, I gotta stop trying to replace it. Because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Now sing.
That's just the way it is.
Okay? Yeah, but then things, you know, I said nothing changes. Now sing.